Hello and welcome to the second episode of Aloft Update. I am here with my friend Jonathan Hartman from the Sikorsky Aircraft Division of Lockheed Martin, and we are talking about something pretty exciting. Jonathan, why don't you tell the folks about HeloPitch?
Well, good morning, Peter, and really happy to. We're excited that we just launched our competition called HeloPitch. Really fun and unique thing we're doing for the South by Southwest show that's coming up next month in Austin, Texas. The Entrepreneurial Challenge is partnering with the Lockheed Martin Venture Fund, Lockheed's Corporate Technology Scout, as well as some of our venture capitalist friends at Clear Sky, as well as Arch Ventures. And the way to think about it is as a next evolution of the traditional elevator pitch. So, we're inviting entrepreneurs to come in and apply and win a chance for a 15-minute helicopter ride over the city of Austin with a whole bunch of venture capitalists in the back and the chance to pitch your idea live 1,000 feet in the air.
Fantastic. So you and I are right now in the process of collecting applicants, and we'll be reviewing them over the next few weeks and at South by.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the process is that if your application is strong and when we meet you for a final screening, we think your story is compelling, you're going to get a chance to get in the helicopter with VCs from the Lockheed Martin group
Mm-hmm.
and with these other terrific VCs, and then it's really up to the startup to wow them and to wow them
Yeah.
under pressure.
Exactly. I mean, if you can pitch in an elevator, we think you're on the right track to pitch in a helicopter. And it's really the opportunity to get 15 minutes of, no pun intended, clear airtime with some venture capitalists to see if your idea is interesting and worth kind of moving forward. The way you mentioned the process, really simple. We have a little microsite up, www.lockheedmartin.com/helopitch. It's a one-page application, shouldn't take any more than 5 or 10 minutes to put together. Those are due by next Friday, March 3rd. We're going to down select some folks to come in and pitch me, you, Peter, some other folks in our Lockheed Martin booth at South by. And then based on those pitches, we'll be selecting our set of winners who will get a chance to fly on that aircraft and give their pitch live.
Fantastic. So the I think that it's an interesting sort of evolution from where we've been with the entrepreneurial challenge. You and I have spent a lot of time trying to create that. Maybe it's a membrane. A logic between what the needs are of the aerospace community, especially the helicopter community, but more and more what Lockheed and the broader Defense Department or Defense community needs. But then communicating those needs to the broader tech community, to the entrepreneurs who are pushing the boundaries of augmented reality, Internet of Things, and so many other tech areas. Maybe we should just take a second and read through some of the hot topics that we're excited about and that we really want to hear people's technology for.
Sure, we can do that. And I'd also say, from my perspective, it's a natural evolution on the Entrepreneurial Challenge. We're still going to be launching our next version of that, in the coming weeks. So
Right.
stay tuned for that one.
Absolutely.
But as now Sikorsky's part of Lockheed Martin, we have a lot of opportunities for innovative companies to interact with us, whether that's funding through our venture arm, whether that's connections to our other divisions through our corporate technology scout. So we really wanted to bring all the players to the table, as well as, like I said, the ecosystem of funding and venture capitalists that we know. And while we're telling some of the folks who are going to be in that helicopter, it's South by Southwest, so you never know who might end up in the helicopter with you to hear your pitch. And quite frankly, being South by Southwest, it's a fun show. We wanted to do something that was just, really, really fun. And we couldn't think of anything better than a flight in a VIP helicopter and the chance to do that pitch live. So we're excited about it. Now, in terms of the areas of interest, the HeloPitch application has them, but you mentioned a few of them right off the bat. It's everything from Internet of Things to augmented and virtual reality to autonomy and machine learning to hardware solutions to, Lockheed Martin being one of the biggest defense contractors in the world and making everything from things that go underwater to things that fly in space, you can imagine there's a pretty broad range of technologies we're looking for.
Right. Let's drill into, because we do have a little more time than usual. Let's drill in just for a minute into the area of sensors, because I think that's one that we can always explore more in. Our last challenge, what we were trying to do, and it turned out to be quite challenging, was to figure out a way to get data from the rotor, which is the part of the helicopter that spins, into the cabin, and then from the cabin into other systems for a flight management organization. Talk about some of the issues regarding that, and why that's interesting and exciting. Just an example of why pushing technology for aerospace and defense allows us to promote the growth of technology for everybody.
Absolutely happy to. Internet of Things is a really hot topic across a lot of industries. For us, it's a combination of both the sensor problem, as you mentioned, and then kind of the data transfer problem. Whether you're in an airplane, a ship, or a helicopter, we have some pretty unique needs, whether that's surviving high vibration loads, whether that's being in, really wicked temperature changes or being immersed in a liquid. Those are things that traditional sensors, I'll say, don't have to deal with. But in much that same way, if we have somebody who can help us solve that problem, there are a number of uses down the commercial spectrum where our maturation of that technology can lead to lower cost commercial products that really help open that aperture for data gathering in an Internet of Things world. So, from a need perspective, just like appliances want data to help increase their reliability, our helicopters always have a need for more data so that we have a better idea of what's going on at any point in their lifespan. As I said, fighters, ships, satellites, anything can always use more data, but it's more reliable data, and it's data that doesn't come at the cost of sacrificing system performance. So what do I mean by that? It's about having a sensor that can give you more data on a helicopter, but not become the thing that breaks so often that it keeps the helicopter from doing its mission.
Right.
We can't have a multi-million-dollar asset sitting on the ground because of a $2 sensor. And that's something that we're always interested in finding companies to help us out with.
Right, and just imagine, to put a finer point on it, if you put a sensor on something that's spinning at how many revolutions per minute?
Call it several hundred revolutions per minute, but the harder problem is the force environment. So on a rotor blade you can see hundreds of G's worth of force during that revolution, and it goes anywhere from negative G's to positive G's and anything in between. So really, really tough operating environment for those things to live in.
And so it really almost creates its own electromagnetic field, right? And that's one of the challenges. Am I right? I'm not trying to.
No. I mean, certainly it can, and that's why we're always interested in things like power harvesting. One of the challenges with helicopters is, unlike putting a sensor on a fridge, we can't guarantee you that there's going to be an electrical connection nearby. So how do we work around that, and how do we deal with some of those, I'll say, very unique challenges?
Right. Well, it's exciting, and I think this is a good thing for us to do, is as we talk about each of these topics and the opportunities, to sort of drill into one of these tech areas and sort of explore some of the reasons why it's exciting, and the benefits for not only aerospace but other technologies as well.
And I'd plug for the entrepreneurial challenge. We do our webinar once a competition where we bring some experts in to talk those very things. And just as a teaser, we're going to try on these Tech Loft updates to get some more folks besides just my face showing up, and they can provide you some more unique perspectives on those.
Fantastic. All right, Jonathan, we're looking forward to seeing you in person in Austin, and we look forward to meeting a lot of fantastic entrepreneurs for HeloPitch and for the entrepreneurial challenge. So we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks very much, Peter.
Take it easy.